why are pros doing this? This being, the centered view model. It's been gaining popularity ever since the On the Other Hand update in April 2024 let us see player view model settings while spectating. Before this, you didn't really know what view models pro players or even your own teammates in game were using without checking out their config. But now, because everyone can see and copy each other's view models, people are changing them more often, and trends are beginning to form now as a result of that. So maybe you think centered is ugly, maybe you swear by it. Whatever the case is, tons of pros are using it and giving it a go, so I'm going to break down the benefits and drawbacks of using a view model like this. First off, here's the most obvious benefit. Pushing the view model to the center takes up less space on your screen, leaving more of your vision unobstructed and available to spot players and other important pieces of info. But how much less unobstructed exactly? Well, I took some screenshots to an image editor to find out. The classic view model while holding an AK takes up almost 10% of the screen, which isn't ideal. So now if we swap over to Nico's settings, the gun only blocks about 6.9% of your vision, which is a decent improvement, but we can still get it a bit smaller. The smallest is right here. It takes up about 5% of the screen, which is nearly half of the classic view model, and could definitely make a difference when being able to spot players. So is that it? Ignoring other reasons like personal preference for looks, is the smallest view model or some other similar centered one like Nico's the best to use? The answer is, well, maybe. So far we've only taken a look at these view models when standing completely still and not firing. All view model settings bob and sway about the same while moving, but there is an important difference while shooting. With Nico's settings, because your view model is closer to the center of your screen, gun recoil blocks more of the precious vision around your crosshair. Every gun is affected in this way to a degree, so I'll just run by some comparisons. The deagle here with the smallest settings I showed earlier is absolutely ridiculous, and unfortunately makes it pretty much unusable, despite it being the smallest originally. It's also worth noting that when the view model is closer to your crosshair, effects like the muzzle flash can also become more distracting. So what's the best solution here? Well, in my eyes, changing view model offset X is a trade-off. Centering your view model by lowering offset X will give you overall more space on your screen, but the space it does block will be closer to your crosshair, which becomes even more of a problem when shooting. But what if there didn't have to be a compromise? Let's take a look at Quake Live. This game lets you completely disable the weapon model, which is actually possible as a cheat protected command in CS2, but the cheat protection will probably never be removed because of skins. What would be more compatible with skins though is this transparent view model option. If this existed in CS2, then you'd still be able to mostly view skins and also use any view model settings without worrying about visibility. And while we're at it, this game lets you disable muzzle flashes and bullet casings, so why not have similar options to reduce distractions for CS2? Anyways, now back to reality because Valve will probably never add any of these settings. There's one final view model option I haven't mentioned yet, and that's swapping hands. You may know that there are a few angles that are optimal to hold or clear with a certain view model side, but there is one other difference. While changing view model settings doesn't change the angle you shoot through smokes, changing view model sides does. At first I thought there might be certain smokes that would be more optimal to spam with either right or left hand, but it turns out in any scenario you could just adjust your angle and get similar visibility with either hand, so just use whichever side you prefer to play on. That's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching and subscribe for more useful CS2 content.